to episode 17 of Sincerely.
Tu Prima.
I am Jess.
Y yo soy Zaam. Y nosotros somos your host.
Welcome, you guys. Welcome to another episode. We're so happy to be here like always.
As per usual, here we are. Welcome to another week.
Yes, we were just discussing the weather because it's a little warm over here. And when I wanted to check, I told Sam, you're probably going to laugh because it's probably not going to be that hot, but it's hot for us Oregonians. And it's 66 degrees, you guys.
I guessed it. I should probably play the lottery today because I was like, it's probably like 66. And you're like, oh my God, you literally guessed it.
Yeah, it was exactly what she guessed, which is so funny.
I should probably play the lottery.
Yeah, but no, it's been really nice over here. I feel like the sun just kind of makes you like happy and, I don't know, just like in a better mood.
For sure. Like, I don't know, like, I get it that you can always put like extra layers on if it's cold, but I'm like, if it's hot, you can go outside, you can go in the river, you can go in a pool, you can go outside. Like, I feel like if it's too cold, like, all you want to do is just stay inside. And like, even though it's nice, sometimes it's like every day.
You're like, that's why I live over here in New Mexico. I can't live in Oregon.
Where we get all 4 seasons and not just winter and then summer and then spring for like 10 days.
Yeah, no, I know like raining is part of spring, but I feel like we didn't get very much spring this year. I feel like it's been mainly like just like winter weather, like just rain and cold, and then out of nowhere we get these like super hot sunny days. So,
well, and I feel like for you guys, like really hot, warm days are like in the 70s probably.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I think next week it's gonna be like 80, but that's probably as hot as it's gonna get, to be honest. Every once in a while we'll get like days in the 90s, like low hundreds, but it's very, very rare.
And you're like, I'm dying.
Yeah, no, this is perfect for me. I'm like, if it gets any hotter than this, it's uncomfortable.
And that's always what I struggle with the hardest. A little side note, when you guys come to visit, because I'm like, I know you guys are always running hot, and then we're always like running cold. So then it's always like a worry for me, like where do I put the temperature? And then I always sometimes like lower it, and then I tell you guys like, open up the window.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, girl, don't worry, we just open the window and we're fine.
Yeah, I'm always like, no say, and I'm like, do I just give him one cobija? Do I put 2? And I'm just like, oh God, like it's always hard.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. But yeah, anyways, we should probably do our desahogos.
I'm not ready. I feel like I have so many. Like, I feel like we're gonna have the same one again this week. I mean, I'll let you go first because I think I'm gonna have the first, and if not, then I won't feel too bad.
Yeah, no, I think we probably do have the same one, but you guys, an exciting thing happened this weekend. My sister got engaged, which is so crazy because it just makes me like excited but sad because she's like growing up, and I'm like, now she's gonna like move out and like just be a woman. Like, oh, it's so crazy.
She's already a woman. She's already strong. She's already independent. Guys, Berenice, you guys are probably like, oh my God, who is this Berenice girl? Because, well, Bernice, to you all from YouTube, that's probably how you guys know her. But Berenice, like, oh my God, guys, I love her so much. I was just talking to Jessica about her, and I'm like, dude, like, we were having, that's, by the way, it is the same desahogo. That's my same desahogo. And I was telling Jessica, like, we were having breakfast this weekend, and I literally jumped out. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I want to llorar. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, pellizcando el pobre de chavo. And I was like, Vale, se va a casar.
I know, which is so crazy. I'm so excited for her. And I know it's like crazy to see your like younger siblings just like growing up and stuff. It just makes me feel like old. I'm like, there's no way. I just literally got married. There's just no way. But it's just crazy. I'm like, I'm so happy for her though. Like, I know it was coming, it was time that it happened. But it's crazy because it's like we're having so much weddings in the family right now that it's just like, it's so exciting.
It's so exciting. Like, oh my God. And it's like, I mean, it's so different for you and I, right? Like, you're definitely feeling like also like the nostalgic part of it, of like, oh my God, mi hermanita, right? My little sister. And even though she's not the baby sister, she's still like your little sister.
Yes.
And for me, I also see it like, oh my god, like they were just kids, like mi prima, like son mis primitas, and like, you know, they're small. Like, I guess we never see them like really like as like adults.
Yeah.
And that's just hard. But for me, like, and it's so weird because I feel like her and R also like have a lot in common. Where I was like, nah, no nos queremos casar, and now I'm like, you're engaged.
Yes.
You're gonna get married. So
yeah, I know that is crazy that you do mention that, because she's been in a very, very long-term relationship. Like, her and her now fiance have been together for like a long time. And similar story to me and Edward, because they've been together since they were little. Like, I think since like high school or middle school. It's just so crazy just to see them now as like adults and like just making this next step in life.
They were meant to be.
Yeah.
I'm so happy, Berenice. I'm so happy for you. Like, I was literally screaming and feeling all of the emotions. So that was definitely that highlight for me. Like, and I'm still like, you know, even this morning I was still thinking about it because I was thinking something about like the dresses, and I was like, oh my god.
Now let's hope that she wants a wedding, because she's also the type to like just kind of want to do things to herself, like just them two and stuff. So we'll see what she wants to plan, but we're here. We're super excited for whatever she decides.
Yeah, whatever you decide to do, because I'm the same way. You know, for a moment I was like, let's just go get married in Sikra and then we party later.
Yeah. Well, and she's not like the party type either, so like I don't see her wanting, that's what I was telling my mom, I don't see her wanting like a big wedding or anything like that.
Yeah.
So if she does do anything, it's probably gonna be like super, super intimate with like 20 people, if that.
Same. I do love to party, but I would totally throw the house through the window with my 20 people. I do not need more than that.
You're like, that's plenty.
That's plenty. And it's probably a lot.
20 crazy people, you don't need any more than that.
Everybody would just be celebrating love. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I know.
I know, that's so crazy, but just super excited. But anyways, after that exciting announcement, we should get into our topic for this week. This week we're changing things a bit up, but it kind of goes like with my comment earlier about like the sunshine and, you know, just making you in a better mood. So we kind of wanted to discuss today like the topic of why can't we relax? Why is it so hard for us to relax? And kind of jump into a little bit of like what we do to relax when we are able to, or like how do we help, or how do we de-stress at the end of the day, you know, kind of hopefully help you guys also with some tips or something.
And if you guys can help us with some tips, we will also take them, because they are needed. But yeah, guys, like, definitely, like, I really want to know what hobbies, what skills you guys like to practice, like, or maybe just silence, you know, like everybody has their own thing. So I am this is a topic that makes me excited because, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I think I'm going into it a little bit of like just with my fantasy opinions of what I think. Or I guess with not just my fantasy opinions, but also with like what I just think I like doing, because we're definitely going to go into it a little bit in different perspectives. But isn't it such like random to like have to think like, what can I do to distress myself?
Yes, because it's so hard. Like sometimes you don't even realize that you're stressed. Sometimes you're just kind of like, I don't know, I guess for me, when I start realizing that I'm like stressed or I need to like unwind is when I start kind of putting my attitude towards my other family members, because I'm like, okay, why was I being rude for no reason? You know, like there's no need for me to have like responded that way. And that's the moment where I'm like, okay, there's too many things going on in my head. I need to like slow down, take a moment, and like de-stress a little bit so I'm not like lashing out on other people, because it's all in my head, honestly. Like it's nothing that they did.
And I'm so glad we started off with that, because I feel like that's gonna be the first sign, the first like red flag in front of your face of you being like, oh, holy smokes, like I am stressed. Because I feel like when you are, what you said is like really true. Like everything really like literally just takes you off. You're just like frustrated. And como se dice, there's like a you're easily,
like aggravated almost.
yeah, like literalmente, yeah, like it can be a nice thing and you'll be like, why did you do that? Why did you move it? It was already good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like little
or they
things.
just simply ask you like a question and you just respond with like attitude or something. I
Like,
feel
I
like
don't want to
that's
talk about
me.
it.
That's so bad, but that's literally me sometimes. I'll just get like a simple question and I'm like,
No.
just respond in a bad way. And I'm like, okay, I know that was not right. But it's just because there's so many things going on in my head. So sometimes we just need to literally take a moment, like take deep breaths. We say this every time, even before we record. We're like, let's just breathe and then like
Yes.
start in fresh, you know?
Yes. And that's one of the techniques for me, by the way. But yes, and I don't know if it happens to you, like when you're stressed like that and then like alguien te pregunta algo y respondes como with like such an attitude, like in a way that you know that it's not right or it's not really nice at all.
Yeah.
Pero like you kind of like, because you're like, ooh, that wasn't nice. And then you kind of like just grab onto it and keep going.
Yes. But
I
it's just
noticed myself
because,
doing that.
yeah, but I think it's just because we're still stressed. Like, just because we quickly realize that maybe we shouldn't have responded like that, that doesn't mean
Yeah.
we're done being stressed or we're de-stressed already.
Okay.
Like, everything is just going to keep you going until you actually take a moment and, like, you know, literally take a moment and just not
Damn.
like a breather. But no, I know exactly what you're talking about, because there'll be days where I'm like that all day. And it's weird because sometimes I'm like, it's fine, and then, you know, I did something that stressed me out, or I started thinking of stuff that I needed to do that I maybe didn't accomplish that day, and then I know I'm gonna have to do it later on in the week, and then that kind of already stresses me out. So then I'm like, don't talk to me. I'm like thinking about why I'm literally mad at myself because I didn't do what I needed to do. But it kind of also goes into like, why can't we just, you know, be okay with not doing something? Why is it so hard for us to chill?
To rest. Like, yes. Like, yes. And like capitalize to all of everything you just said, because why?
Yeah.
Why? And it's not just that you cannot, because even though when you feel, because let's be honest, it comes to a point sometimes that you're so stressed, you're getting the headaches, your body's literally screaming at you, like, we need to rest. And you keep pushing it, and you're getting like all of these signs, and you're still like, no, pushing it.
Yeah.
And then and you keep like pushing it because you refuse to, but it's also from a place of guilt. Why?
Yes. Why do we feel so guilty to not do anything?
It's ridiculous. Like, for me, even today, before this, I was so exhausted because I woke up at 4 a.m. and I couldn't really go back to sleep. So I slept for like maybe another 30 minutes, and I was like, okay, yeah, because I needed to log into work either way.
Yeah.
And I didn't think anything of it. Like, I woke up and still in a good mood. I still did my whole routine and everything. But maybe like around 3:30, I was like, oh, I'm really feeling it. Like, I could totally take a nap. And then we have so many things to do that I was like, you know what? Let's just get out of the house and go do the things that we need to do. We still need to go purchase some things, pick some things up, drop some things off. That I would rather do that and stay home, because I know that if I stay home, I'm not gonna rest.
That's the thing. I don't know. You know, when I like think about why we constantly have to feel guilty of not doing anything, I'm gonna go back to my childhood a little bit. I feel like growing up in a Hispanic household, it was always like you had to be doing something. Either you have to help clean, you have to help, like, I don't know, cook, literally anything household chore. Because if you were seen just laying around doing nothing, you were being called lazy. You know, like, you're not doing anything around the house, like, do something. So I feel like growing up that way, you automatically feel like, okay, it's not okay to like lay down and watch TV, lay down, be on your phone. Like, you have to be doing something at all times.
You have to be, and doing something that is helping, like, in like chores wise, or like doing something for others. It wasn't like of doing something like, okay, I'm gonna do my homework, or I'm gonna, because even that was like, ¿qué estás haciendo? Ponte a hacer algo en la casa.
Yes.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned your childhood, and shout out to my tío, I love you. But I remember like him telling us, una vez que me quedé a dormir contigo, we were having fun. I think it was a weekend morning. I think it was a Saturday. Y estábamos jugando y andábamos como barriendo and doing the usual Hispanic Mexican household thing in the morning with like music and thing. Y estábamos como having fun. And I remember him, like, this stuck with me. He's like, ¿cómo es posible que todavía no esté recogida la casa con 3 mujeres en la casa? Something like that, he said. And I was like, oh, snap. And I was like, we're failing. Like, I just felt like such, like, a thing. Like, no me sentí, like, I didn't feel bad or como que me regañó. I just felt kind of like it hit me on a way of, like, I was like, oh my God, we're not even doing the basics of what a woman is supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That I was
and
like,
that's
what
kind
the
of like another thing, which kind of sucks to think about it that way, because, you know, like, maybe it's more of like back to like the little gender role topic of like where women constantly have to be doing stuff around the house or whatnot. But it just, I don't know, it just always goes back to like having to be productive enough, you know, like you have to be doing something. It's not okay to relax.
Yes, and that's so weird, but I'm so glad that we're talking about this topic, because I feel like it's something that we just kind of like, like no le ponemos importancia, or like we just brush it underneath the rug or whatever. We're just kind of like, I'll move on with it, like nothing, not a big deal, I guess. Pero it's hard, and wait until you become a mom. I feel like it only gets a little bit harder, because then the guilt only grows, because then you feel like you're also being a bad mom by not doing enough.
Yes, or a bad example, you know, like it's really hard. And after a while, like your health definitely takes a toll on so much stress, you know, like your mental health, your physical health. Like you can get into such a funk where you're not even happy doing things anymore if you're constantly under stress.
Yeah. Ay, that's so sad. I'm about to cry here. No, but it gets true, because what you said, I feel like you start like not even recognizing yourself, because you're constantly running on survival mode. And you're so overstimulated with everything that like, I guess before we go into like just the topic of like what do you do to distress and things that help out, I do have to say how hard it is to distress. It is hard. Like, how do you even do it? Or like when you do it, like for example, like sometimes the kids go with my mom, like she'll be like, déjamelo sacar un día, and I don't know what to do without them. Like I just don't know. And even though I have like ideas like, pues puedo ir a hacer esto, my body just feels so tired too, that one of the first things that I think is like, dude, no quiero hacer nada, like quiero dormir, like I just want to rest, because it's like constantly go 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 go, and then all of a sudden you're like, ooh, it's not go 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 time. Like what do I do?
Yeah, no, that's really hard. And I'm glad you brought that up too, because even on like Wednesdays, on my days off, when Edward's still at work, like sometimes I'm like, okay, I should just take like the morning off and just like literally do nothing. Like, I'm not going to worry about cleaning. I'm just going to like lay down and like take a mental break. Or like, ¿cómo puedo aprovechar que no está nadie más en la casa para hacer lo que tengo que hacer, you know, because there's nobody else there. There's just no time to literally relax. But it's literally impossible, because even if I'm laying there trying to de-stress or unwind, my mind is still going at 1,000, thinking of all of the things that I need to do or that I could be doing.
Ay, ¿por qué es así? Like, that is so heartbreaking, yo.
And like, you're right, because we don't even think, it's a topic we don't think about. We just kind of like go day to day, and it becomes a cycle, and you're constantly under stress. You're constantly just feeling guilty because you're not maybe accomplishing everything that you wanted to accomplish that day, or you don't feel like you're being productive enough. And it's just like hard, you know, it's hard to like be comfortable with not doing something all the time.
Yeah, or even like if you go like a veces que voy and I sit down on the couch. When was it? It was last week. I have no idea. No. It was last week. It was last week that I went and sat down in the couch, and I grabbed some papitas, and I kind of like started watching something, and I feel so guilty because I was like, what am I doing like sitting down on the couch cuando todavía hay un montón de cosas que hacer? Dude, I couldn't even enjoy my chips. Like,
no,
and
seriously.
it's all in my head.
It really is all in our head. And that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you do try and take that break, but your mind will still continue to keep going, keep thinking of everything. The worst is when you're trying to sleep. Sometimes that'll happen for me. Like, if I took a nap earlier in the day and I'm not as tired at night, and I can't like fall asleep right away, like I'm literally thinking about 1,000 things at one time. It's so bad.
And then it hurts. Like, I don't know. I think I mentioned it here before in the podcast, like how sometimes it's like so many thoughts, like just going 100, 1,000 miles per hour. And they're all like of just different ideas, thoughts, tasks, things that you have to do, like everything, all of the responsibilities coming all at once that like it just really hurts, and you're like literally like, I need to like pause because I feel like my head's gonna explode.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like hard to also just like not think of anything. Like I can't remember the last time my mind was not thinking about a million things at once. Like that's really crazy to say. Like when was the last time that I can literally just sit somewhere and not think about 1,000 things?
Not worry. Not have to be like, we have to, like I have to, we have to, that has to be done. Nothing. Where you just sit and exist and observe and enjoy it.
Yes. Yeah. That's so sad because I can't really remember.
I know. It is really sad. That's why I'm saying like, oh, like es loco pensar como es simplemente, o sea, loco pensar que la mayoría de las personas estamos así. Y luego, like, going back, todos. Y luego, going back to, like, the Hispanic thing. I feel like regardless of what you're going through or feeling, like, you have a lot more support. And you're also able to get diagnosed for all of the feelings that you're feeling. And I feel like, you know, us growing up in a Hispanic household, like, anything that goes with, like, depression, anxiety, stress, like Jessica said, that was kind of like just an excuse for you to be lazy. Isn't that crazy?
So crazy. Yeah. So I feel like it's definitely how we were raised. And, you know, it's not that they were trying to make us feel guilty or anything. It's just more of like, I don't know. It's just something that you probably do, an action that happens, and you don't really think of the outcome until, of course, we get older and we start to realize, or sometimes self-diagnose, like you said, like with all of these other conditions as to why we are the way that we are.
I know, and it is so sad though to think that maybe we were, I mean, not maybe, definitely we were going through some stuff, but we were not really like, we didn't have a safe space or safe place to go to, or anyone that was going to be able to even understand what it is. Because imagine if for us that was kind of like a prohibited thing, imagine for our parents.
Yeah. And it's crazy because to think that you weren't letting kids be kids is crazy to me. Like, just let them be kids. Why do they have to be doing things that an adult has to do, you know? Like, I can, as long as I can remember, like, being, I don't know, like 5 to 10 years old, maybe even up until like 15, like, you know, it was always like, what are you doing in your room? Like, you have to be doing something, like, go out and help, I don't know, clean, go out and help cook. Like, literally, again, what I said, like, always had to be doing something.
Not letting kids be kids, because y como que it is something sad, guys, because think about it. Now that we are adults, like, you know, I hope everybody listening to this also here is able to put a little bit more like thought into it, because once you start working, right, your first job, once you graduate, once you start going to school, like the activities and everything, the shorts, you can never go back. So with kids, that's one thing. Let them enjoy it. Because, you know, as soon as they start like getting that first job, doing the chores, carrying all of this responsibility, it is also going to be super hard for them to go back.
Yeah. And it's crazy now to think that as adults too, like, I don't know about you, but like sometimes our parents just like are like, you need to relax, like stop working so hard, like take a break. You're gonna like get yourself like, I don't know, like tired, overwhelmed because you're doing too much at one time. And I'm like, that's literally how we were raised.
You were telling me to not take a rest. Yes. Oh my god. My mom the other day, last week too, because guys, I really don't stop. I feel like we always say the same thing, but I really don't. And I don't realize it because I'm so used to it, but sometimes I do realize it when it starts hitting me all at once, and then I feel like I'm dying and I can't go hot.
Yeah.
But she was literally telling me like, tienes que tomarte un descanso y respirar porque te va a dar un derrame. She's literally told me. She's like, te va a dar un derrame. She's like, there's so much that your body can take. Y yo acá, está bien ahorita. Enfriega en el carro. No sé dónde iba.
Yeah. But that's just us, you know, like we don't notice that we're being stressed. It's like literally, I don't know. It's just really hard to think of why we can't stop. Because I think of that too. I'm like, I'm literally going 1,000 miles per hour, like doing 1,000 things at once. Like even when I'm like doing household chores, sometimes I'll catch myself being like, okay, the chicken's boiling, I can go and run and do this while this is like boiling, you know, like, or let me, like if I'm taking a break at work, I'm like, I can go and put the laundry really quick while I'm taking my break instead of actually taking a break. So my mind is literally like from work to like household and then back to work, you know, like not actually taking a break.
And that is so true. Like now that you brought that up, that's me. I'm looking at my workspace because I literally get up and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to run to do something. And even if I'm making a smoothie, well, you know, in those 30 seconds that it's blending, I'm like, ay, déjame, voy a echar la ropa. And then vengo y la aplasto otra vez. It blends twice. And then I go and do the rest of the ropa. Yep. Why?
Yep. That was me literally earlier. I was boiling chicken because we were going to make enchiladas. And I was like, well, while the chicken's boiling, let me cut up the lettuce and like the vegetables and stuff so that way it's already ready to go when the chicken is done. And I'm like, why can't I just like sit down, be on my phone, or like go watch TV for like the 30, 40 minutes that it takes the chicken to be done?
And I don't know for you, but for me, I even do this thing like it's so weird, but I even feel like accomplished. I'm like, oh my God, estoy haciendo un montón. Like I was able, like, look, the chicken's almost done. Or you even feel like, oh my God, I'm so skilled, I can multitask. Like, the heck are you talking about? Go rest.
Yeah, but it's like, because for me, I feel like mentally it's like I'm trying to tell myself that it's saving me time for later. So I don't have to do it later, you know?
That is a toxic trait.
Literally. Because it doesn't save you any time. Instead, I'm like over here, my heart's beating so fast. I'm like fast speed trying to get everything done.
Overstimulated, girl.
Yes, that's the word.
You need a break. Yeah, that's true. But have it. What would you like to do? Like, I guess if that was not the world and not our mindset, and we didn't have it like so into us to always be running around. What is your type of relaxation? What do you like to do? Like, really? Like, what is it? Like, whether you're at work, on weekends, what is it?
Ugh. The realistic one that I actually do, or what I would love to do?
No. Like, what do you love to do? Like, what is something that you're like, you know what? Like, in your fantasy world, like, este fin de semana voy a hacer esto para relajarme.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm like, which one? Because what I actually do is nowhere near close to what I would love to do. If I was like my fantasy world, I think I would just love to go to a park, walk around, literally grab a blanket and just like lay there, enjoy the sunshine, like hear the birds, like feel a little bit of wind, like literally just de-stress and do nothing. Not even with my phone. I don't think I would even take my phone. By myself too, probably, honestly.
That, emphasize that. I feel like in order for your brain, for your mind to just start running, you need no distractions, no phone.
Yes. Yep.
But it's hard.
I will take my phone with me, and sometimes I will be like, oh, I'm not going to look at it. No. If the moment that I start to feel relaxed, I'll be like, okay, let me go on TikTok, let me go on Instagram. Like, I just need to not have it with me.
And even then, like, I also find myself like, Luna. If I don't have my phone, the moment that I don't have my phone too, when I'm relaxing, I'm like, ay, pero no puse la orden. Like, oh my God, we need to buy that. Oh my God, we need to do this. And like, yeah, I needed to call that number. I needed to schedule this appointment. Like the moment that I don't have my phone. And I'm like, girl, like,
yeah,
leave the phone.
Yeah, or sometimes I'm just like, okay, that's enough. Like, I need to get back to doing what I actually need to be doing. It's been long enough of a break.
That's the other thing that it, like, I know.
What would you want your, like, type of relaxation to be?
Always, I think it's like very similar to yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, like, let's get out. Let's, no say, like, well, there's two. I feel like I just need to sleep. I think I need a weekend where I don't do absolutely anything
Mm-hmm.
and I just sleep, where I literally don't leave the bed. Where, like, 2 days. Like, I need
Yeah.
2 days where I don't leave the bed, for nothing other than to the bathroom and grab food. I'm not even
Yes.
kidding. Like, I just want to be in bed. I just want to rest. I just want to sleep. I just want to do that. I just want to, like, not be interrupted. I just not want to be needed. I don't want to be, like, touched. I just want to exist in my bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That, and my other type of relaxation is, like, totally, let's go camping. Like, let's pack up, let's go camping. Let's go take a walk somewhere where, like, we know that we're gonna be able to get up, and the first thing we're gonna see is probably, like, trees, and just be with nature. Like, that's my other
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think just like getting out of the routine, like going somewhere that you don't normally go to, I feel like that is already part of like helping you relax and just kind of like, detach from like your normal life.
Yes, totally. That sounds nice. And also, like, what helps me a little, like, here in la casa is, we kind of been doing that this past couple of weeks. We've been doing a little bit of, like, trying different things. And una de las cosas is, like, going out in the mornings early, get
Mm-hmm.
up, go have breakfast, don't come back home, go walk around, go to a parque. Like, this past weekend we went to, like, La Plaza at Old Town. We walked
Mm-hmm.
around. Saya played in the dark a little bit, and then we went to a brewery. We just talked, we just kind of relaxed, and then that was very sweet. And then we came home, and then I also started, like, that's the other thing for me, even though it is doing things like decluttering and cleaning up and like tidying up the space.
Mm-hmm.
That just kind of, like, releases a lot of stress, and, like, that
Yes.
tension of, like, oh, like, everything is, it doesn't look good, like, it's disorganized. I feel like that also weighs heavy on you.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up because Edward always is like, I don't want to be anywhere near you when you're reorganizing because it's like, to me, it's like, yes, I'm in a bad mood to begin with and maybe frustrated of what type of mess it is, but how big of a mess it is. But once I'm decluttering or cleaning, that helps me unwind as much as like it sounds like more work, but it actually helps me relax.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but it does. Like I love to clean and reorganize. That's why when I'm like starting to feel overstimulated, overwhelmed, or stressed, I will constantly just be like, okay, we're gonna rearrange this room. Or I'm
Mm-hmm.
just gonna clean this closet and get rid of a bunch of things that we haven't touched, like just stuff like
Yeah.
that. That helps me so much mentally.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. Like, I'll be like on the go. So I think that was the balance for me. Like, that's what I have been noticing on myself. And guys, me voy a escuchar bien ridícula. I'm probably gonna sound very ridiculous, but I've been going to the gym for just 1 week, guys. 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already noticing so much of a difference.
Yes, because even if you don't notice, like, I don't
No.
know, like, it just helps your body so much. And, that's like one thing, because I was just talking to my coworker about this actually. She's always been going to the gym. Like, if she's not, like, working out, like, by herself, she
Mm-hmm.
will go and do, like, classes and stuff. But I
Mm-hmm.
can't get myself to go to the gym. I don't know. Like, the gym is just not for me. I'd rather be doing something
Mm-hmm.
outside. And I
Yeah.
keep telling Edward, like, I want to start at least going for walks, like
Yeah.
around the neighborhood or like going to like a park and just like walking around. Like, I want to start running, something outdoors because I feel like that's my type of working out. But I
Uh-huh.
can see what you're saying by like it helps your body so much.
Yes, because even though, like, I mean, again, it's just been a week, so I had to break down a lot of, like, barriers and a lot of, like, issues of, like, social anxiety just to
Mm-hmm.
get myself to go in there. But I told myself, like, you cannot go walk into the gym and expect to be doing what you were doing 3-4 years ago at the gym. So
Yeah.
then I literally, like, Jessica, I'm not even kidding you. I walk and run for 30 minutes. So I do a little bit of combination, And I do not force myself. Like literally, I will probably just run for 1 minute and then walk for 5. Run for 1 minute and then and feel like I'm dying and then walk for 5. And then run for 1 minute and then sometimes I just stop at like 3 times of running for a minute. And then just do the walkings. Like literally that's all I do. And then I put on my headphones, take my work phone with me because I've been going in early in the mornings. Where I just get to like answer questions in the chat and then watch the queue because that's pretty much what we focus on in the mornings when it's busy. So it gives me the opportunity to just go and kind of like be doing that. And then I move on to just do like the basic things of like the leg press and things, like literally for like another 20 minutes. Like I do a little bit of here, a little bit there. I'm not a pro, but I can just tell you that it's been helping me. And it's not just the gym part, but it's the fact that I get to leave the house early in the morning. I get fresh air in my face. And I've been watching the sunrise every day, like almost every day, 4 days at least out of the week.
Yeah,
And
that's
it just
really
makes a
nice
difference.
too.
Yeah, like it
That
makes
just
a
starts
difference.
your day on a good note.
Yes, and then by the time I get home, that Beat and the kids are for the most part already ready to go drop him off at school, and then I just have to come in and then do work a little bit, but then I go in to do like just a breakfast, and then they're gone for the day. Well, Saya stays with me, and Zabi sometimes comes back, but I feel like I'm already like, wow, I already accomplished so much, and it's 7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And I don't even like that's what I was telling David. I was like, I haven't even been like sitting down and just been like, wow, I feel so different. It's just that at the end of the week I was like, dude, did you notice everything we just accomplished? And I didn't complain about being so tired. Because I feel like even like 2 weeks ago, I would wake up still in a good mood, like whatever, like, oh my god, let's get this and that and let's do it all. But then like noon, and I think we talked about it, like close to noon, I was already kind of like going down. I was like, me siento cansada. And it
Yeah.
was because I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of helps to get into a new routine. Like it's something to look forward to also.
Yeah. And it's
To
alone
not
time.
have to be stuck. Yeah, that too. Alone time, yeah. A
I get
break
all
from
excited.
everything else. I know. I used to work with this lady. She was older, but she was like one of my favorite medical assistants. And she would get up at 3 in the morning every single day. She would work out. She said she would work out like around 5, but like from 3 to 5, she would like wake up, drink her coffee and like read a book or like do something. Like that was her time before the hectic day started. So like from 3 to like 6 a.m. before she started getting ready for work, she would literally just like have her alone time. And she's like, days start like, and she really was always in a good mood. I never saw her upset, never saw her angry, like never frustrated, nothing like that. Like she was always in such a good mood. And she says it's because she gets up early and has like her alone time and then works out, so her body's like good to go when everybody else is barely waking up like in a hectic mood for the day. Like
Oh my god,
yeah,
but that
I feel
is like crazy.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, it makes sense, because you start your day a little bit more calmer, a little bit more slower, rather than just waking up right when you're supposed to wake up and then your brain, like, not giving enough time for your brain to slowly wake up, you automatically get up, andas corriendo, doing everything you need to do.
I guess with that, because that's another, like, thing about me, I need to sleep. Like, if I don't get, like, at least 7 hours of sleep, I'm also cranky, but what time does she go to bed? Did she ever say?
I think it was like 7 or 8, to be honest. Like, it was pretty early. Like, she was in bed by like 7 or 8 p.m.
Man, I could probably do that.
But see, to me, that sounds crazy. I feel like that afternoon is like my time to try and relax, honestly, or do everything that I need to do. Because we don't end up going to bed typically like 11, I would say, on like an average night.
Yeah, see? And for me, it's more of like my limit is 10. Like, I know that if I go past like 10, I'm probably gonna be tired in the morning.
Yeah, that's me too, but I'm always doing something, or I'm like, I don't want to like go to bed yet. So like, I'd rather like stay up and be on my phone for a little bit longer. But yeah, no, there's some nights where I'm like, okay, I should probably go to bed. Like, I have my bedtime setting on my phone where it'll tell me like, you need to go to bed right now to get your 8 hours of sleep.
Ding, ding.
I ignore it almost every night.
Oh my god. That's so funny. And it's funny because like I hear you like talking about it like that it's your time, and it just makes me so happy for you. And I always tell you like take advantage of it because it just doesn't feel the same after a whole day, because I feel like once you have kids, your afternoons are not your afternoons. It's
Yeah.
your guys' afternoons. So but then I feel you because I also put the kids at bed like 8:30. If we're like falling behind, it would be 9. And
Hmm.
even then I have like an hour 40 minutes for me, and now that's like my time.
Yeah, yeah, I know. So, like, what do you do to on like a regular night or like week? Because I know we don't always de-stress every
Yeah.
single day, but like during the week, like, what is your way of like kind of like winding down and like starting to feel like give yourself and your body a break?
Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to think.
I know. I'm like, it's hard to think about it because like, when do we give ourselves a break?
During shower time, maybe.
Literally.
That you're like, okay. And even then, I try to put a song or something, or you either can, because then it's too loud and you're going to wake up the kids. Or sometimes you start with the song and then mid song it gets paused because, oh my God, this is surreal. This is going to sound so crazy to you. And I kind of hate this.
What are you
But
about to say?
yes, it's because it's funny. And I heard it. I went to go get my nails done the other day. Y una mamá estaba hablando de eso. And I was like, what? I thought I was the only one. And I thought I was going crazy. Is that you go in the shower, and because all you can hear for the most part, like close up, is the water, right?
Hmm.
And it kind of blocks the outside world sound.
Hmm.
Tell me why I can hear Saya constantly crying like she's in danger, or sales like needing me, or them fighting, that I constantly have to be like picking, and I'm like, are you guys okay? Saya, está llorando Saya. So let me take it back. I think you don't even relax in the shower.
No, and I was gonna tell you that because I feel like when I'm in the shower or even washing dishes, I feel like even sometimes when I'm washing dishes, like my mind still keeps going. But in the shower,
Yes.
especially, I'm like thinking about other stuff that maybe I didn't think about throughout the day because I was doing other things. But now that it's more calm, I'm like, okay, how can I organize my week? What am I going to do when I get out? What do I still need to do? Or even just like crazy thoughts. Like sometimes I'll just have like thoughts that I'm like, why am I thinking about this right now?
Me, girl, the other day, I'm not even gonna say what I was thinking. I shared it with
Right.
Chow, but he was like, "Girl, what were you thinking?" I was like, "I don't know, Chow." I was like, "I think I'm going a little crazy,"
Yeah.
but I was a little worried. And what you said, like lavar los trastes, washing the dishes for me. Oh, girl, I plan like five different, at least 5 different types of lives, and plan the whole thing. What type of house? What type of job? What I would be doing? How can I make it happen?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, I know.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no. So even like trying to relax, like my mind will just never stop, even when I'm like trying to not think about anything. But music
yeah.
does help me a lot. I would say
Mm-hmm.
for me, sometimes it's just like putting a music, like a playlist or
Yeah.
something, and just having music in the background, like that helps me a lot.
Uh-huh.
Also coloring. My thing is like coloring. Like if I have a coloring book,
Uh-huh.
I haven't done it in a while, but for a little bit I was like coloring a page every night. I would just like sit there and like put my headphones on with music and just like color.
Yeah.
And that's really relaxing to me.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that one up. I haven't had a chance to color much, and my crayons are all over the floor. Um, but I've been getting into drawing. I think I showed you a little drawing that I was doing of Luna on the iPad the other time.
Oh yes. Uh-huh.
It's like kind of beginning into like just doing random drawings, and
Yeah.
that was helping me a little bit. So that was nice. Um, and also talking to other people that care about you,
Mm-hmm.
and that you can just like rant about the whole day and then be like, okay, that was all. Like I
Yeah.
just needed to let it out.
Yeah.
Um,
But see, sometimes about something like that, it's like sometimes I don't need anyone to say anything back.
just
Sometimes I
listen.
just want you to listen. And I don't want to make like a huge discussion about this. And maybe I don't even need advice. Like I just need to like de-stress and just tell you what's going on, and that's it. But like, how do you approach somebody, just like spill your whole life and then like them not say anything back, you know? Like, it's such a weird thing to ask for, but sometimes that is all we need.
I feel like I do that with you at least once a week.
Yeah. I feel like we're each other's like person to just like say everything, and we're like, okay, that's all we needed.
Yeah, because I feel
anyways, what are we gonna do now?
I know, because I feel like I just call you and I'm like, ay, es que esto, yes, and you're like, oh my God, Sam, and I'm like, ay, es que no he hablado contigo, and then I'm just like, but we're fine, we're gonna be fine, or I'm okay.
That's what we always say. Anyways, like, we're gonna be good, we're fine.
Like, rant over.
Everything's okay.
But that for sure helps. And for me, también Luna. I love Luna's ears. Like, cuddling with her.
Yeah.
I feel like it gives me a sense of, like, individualism, like just me, what I was, like, what it was just me and Luna before starting a family. So I feel like that's what it does for me. It kind of just takes me backwards, like just me and my dog. And that, and doing schoolwork. As funny as it sounds, like knowing that I am doing something good for myself also makes me feel good, even though the homework part can be stressful because I have a lot of shit to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, beep. But
but like the schoolwork part, I feel like that's the only time you can sit and focus on one thing,
and that people will respect it.
Yeah, because I remember like having to do homework and stuff, and like I feel like that's when my mind would not be thinking about 1,000 things, because I had to focus on what I was reading and you know, write an essay or like fill out the paperwork or whatever, you know.
That's a math problem.
So that was like the only time that my brain would only focus on one thing without thinking about 1,000 other ones.
Que lo quiera, like, you know, the things that we have to do, but
I know.
Yeah. You know, like
I know. We need to like put it in my calendar to just like go for a walk, like remind myself, because sometimes I'm like, no, why am I gonna like leave when I could literally just like be doing something here? You know, like it's just like, no, you need to take time for yourself. You need to like take a break.
Yeah, no, you need to put it on your calendar and see it as like a meeting, just like you would do for work or something, or like a doctor's appointment. You would make time for that. Put it on your calendar the same way. That's what I did. I literally have it on the calendar. Like, Sam goes to gym, and I put it every day, 6 to 7 a.m. So it also helps me that everybody's still asleep. So then I can just go. Like, you need to block. Like, you need to literally block a time for you.
Yeah. And I don't know if we've just become so dependent into, maybe because I'm like so like, I don't want to say like super organized, but you know, to like an extent where I'm like, okay, what do I need to do today? Like, if I don't list it, then it doesn't become of like what I need to accomplish at the end of the day.
Me and my freaking list, I have lists everywhere. My agenda, my planner, my calendar on the work, on my phone. I even downloaded an application called FamCal, I think, so that it links and it notifies everyone in the house of what they need to do. And girl, like, we just don't freaking stop.
Yeah, I know, the other day for work, I have like a little notebook, and I'll usually write like what I need to do for work that day or whatever. And I was like preparing it for tomorrow, let's just say. And then Edward's like, you're so organized. Why are you already writing what you need to do tomorrow? I'm like, because if I don't write it down, then I'm going to forget.
Yeah. And then I feel like it's also a way for you, like, of holding yourself accountable. Like, I didn't mark that off with a highlighter.
Yeah.
So then it means that I didn't do it. So it kind of sticks in your head. And then I also hate that, because sometimes you do not do something not because you don't want to, because you were so busy that you didn't get to it. And then now it's in the back of your mind, like, I have to get to it. I have to get to it. Like, I have to just get to it because I didn't cross it out.
Exactly. Yeah. So that way, if I know that I didn't do it today, then I know that I will do it tomorrow.
I know, girl. Like, it's so many things. But I'm like, ¿por qué es tan difícil? It shouldn't be that hard for us to just be. And it's just for people in general. I feel like it's also part of like our society and just a system, you know, like we're just slaves of a system that is constantly like, you know, keeping us on the go, and the stereotypes and the expectations that they also have on us. And it's so many things that, like, I feel like you even get to a point donde como mujer, like, I just want to finish up with like saying this, like, a veces como mujer también, like, it gets so bad que empiezas a agarrarle coraje a tu pareja because you're like, oh my God, like if everybody thinks I'm so capable of doing all of these things and that I got it and I'm strong and I can do it, why don't you do it? Why don't you do at least half of the things?
Yeah, I
And I feel
know.
like empiezas a agarrar coraje.
Do you think they think like that too? Does their brain ever stop?
I think they're
I've never
able to
asked
live
Edward that question. I'm gonna ask him tonight and be like, does your brain keep going 1,000 miles per hour like mine?
I'm pretty
Or
sure they
is
have
your
their
brain-
face shuts down, actually shuts down.
Yeah. I'm like, or is your brain just like constantly just like quiet all day long?
Qué rico. But I did ask Chow una vez because I was like, I just can't. I'm like, it just doesn't stop. And he did tell me, like, I am able to, like, just be in the moment and just be in the moment, just enjoying what's in the moment without having to worry about the rest of the thing. Y yo no puedo.
No, yo tampoco. So jealous of that.
I know. And sometimes I see him being so peaceful. And I'm like, why does nothing stress you? We have so many
like,
things.
give me your tips. Tell me how to calm down.
No, and then I'm
pass
like,
my list on to you so I can relax.
Exactly. I think that's one of the things. And sometimes I tell him it's que, like, I feel like if I don't have all of this list, we forget. And you're not gonna think about it.
Yeah.
And then things don't get done, and then I'm gonna feel more stressed. And like the thing that you were saying earlier, like even upset at yourself for like not getting to it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because even when I'm like, today I was trying to not do anything today. Because I even cleaned yesterday. So, because usually I will clean on my day off. And I was like, I'm going to clean yesterday night. So that way I don't have to do anything tomorrow. And I was like trying to lay on the couch. And I was like, okay, but if I like do this right now, then I won't have to do it later. And then I'm like, just stop, just relax. I even tried to take a nap and I couldn't fall asleep because I just kept thinking of like all the stuff that I could be doing.
I'm gonna have to send you like some gomitas o algo para que te duermas.
That's the other thing. I feel like for a little bit, I was also drinking tea. There's like this stress tea that I was taking. I was drinking it at nighttime, like right before bed. It does help.
See?
Yes, it actually helps you kind of like unwind. And I was falling asleep, like right asleep when I took it, like those nights. I'm going to send you a pack too. Para que te duermas a gusto.
Cálmate, por favor.
I'm like, we sound like old ladies or something with our tea, but no, teas, like herbal stuff is so good for you.
Yeah, so yeah, dude, I don't know. I was even like, I don't know. But I've been looking forward to our birthdays, and I just cannot wait to sit in front of the beach and just listen to the waves. And just not do anything, in a freaking bikini. Not caring how I look, because that's the other thing. And I'm just going to be like, you know what? Don't care.
Our brain could be thinking about a million things. Not even a to-do list. Sometimes it's just like physical stuff, like emotional stuff, like literally everything.
Future stuff.
Yes.
What you're going through, what you heard.
Oh my gosh, yes. Even if it's like years old. I don't know if you do that too. Sometimes like random thoughts will come to my brain and I'm like, why am I thinking about this right now? It has nothing to do with my life anymore.
Yes. That's another thing. I think we need therapy.
I know. We definitely do.
I think we just need help. But it's so hard. I don't know how people do it. Like, it's hard.
Yes, no, it's really hard, but we're just here to tell you to take a break as much as you can, Sometimes it's literally impossible, but like even an hour a day, like 30 minutes a day, like just time for yourself and stop worrying about everything else around you.
Yes. Yeah, like, and embrace it, tell yourself like you deserve it. Like you already do so much. You put a lot into the world, and always try to listen to your own advice, right? Why would you tell a loved one that you see struggling and stressed and overwhelmed and at the verge of tears? Whatever you would tell them, tell that to yourself, because you also deserve that.
Yes, so, exactly. I know.
Remind myself of that. So
yeah, I know, because I feel like we constantly are telling other people to do better for themselves, focus on themselves, and then we can't even do that. We can't even take our own advice sometimes.
I know. I'm more like, cállate por favor, que tú ni haces caso.
I wish I could, I promise.
I know, me too, but it is so hard.
Yeah. No, but thank you guys for joining us today. Definitely let us know how you guys like to de-stress, or what you do, or what helps you to kind of like, take a breather and just take time for yourself. And maybe
Yeah,
we'll take into consideration some of those tips.
I know. I need to add a smoke a BLUNT probably for myself in the near future because I don't even recognize that, and I don't even know how to hold one anymore. It's been years.
Something to force us to calm down.
Literally, like, but let us know your opinions, let us know what you do, let us know um if you have heard anything that has been helpful to others, and or what you do and what you grew up in. I'm curious to know, like, if you grew up with any like myth or anything regarding, or you know like depression, anxiety, stress,
Yeah.
overwhelm, and all of that.
Yeah. Or let us know too if you kind of agree, like the way you were raised is kind of the reason why we're the way we are now.
Oh jeez, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be Latino, Latinx.
Yes. Oh my gosh. This topic was definitely an interesting one. It was like not really like something that we had talked about till recently, and I was like, we definitely need to discuss this because it's a problem, and I feel
Yeah.
like not a lot of people talk about it.
No, and if you need help, like for reals, if you need professional help, contact the help hotline. We'll
Yeah.
note it down in the description, but just know like you're not alone. It's a lot of us feeling and just going with like whatever this life rhythm is and looks like for
Yes.
everyone. But you're definitely not alone, and I'm pretty sure that it doesn't matter who you are as a person. There's at least one person that's gonna care about you.
Hmm.
And that would be happy to just sit there and listen, like Jessica said, not give you advice and not tell you what to do, but listen to you.
Yes, yeah. Oh, it's so hard. It's such a touchy subject too, but yes, there's definitely help out there for anybody that does need it.
Yes, and with that being said, guys, we definitely appreciate it. I don't care if you leave me a whole paragraph, I will read it.
Yes.
Let us know what you're feeling, how it is, the tips, the tricks, all of the things, the fun stuff. Um, yeah, and go ahead and subscribe, like, and share a video. And well, we cannot wait to see you here next week.
Yes, we'll see you guys in the next episode, and thank you for tuning in today.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.